Welcome to the Power of One. I am so excited to be speaking to a young lady that is just dynamic. Her talent is just unbelievable. This young lady is a flower that blooms in any season. Oh my goodness. Philly has some wonderful, wonderful young African Americans that are doing amazing things. So today I'm going to be speaking to Zara, aka Ziggy, but I just
Yeah.
renamed her Z. Welcome
Hi,
to the
Melanie.
show.
Thank you for having me. My name is Zara Sweet, but I also go by Ziggy. I am a 14-year-old Black artist who wishes my audience to see the world through my eyes. I was born and raised in Philadelphia with my mom in my village. My mom has always been the best for me and has always been the number one fan for as long as I can remember. Currently, I attend high school at Kappa, which is the Philadelphia High School for Creative and Performing Arts. My major is communication technology, which specializes in media design and television production. I am currently learning filming, video editing, storyboarding, photography, and graphic design.
Okay. So is it okay if I call you Z?
Yes, of course.
All right, Z. So you do artwork and you do it quite well. I was able to see some pieces from your queen, your mom, who was bragging on you, which is amazing. And that's what all mothers and
Love it.
fathers and parents should do. So what inspired you to become an artist?
Thank you so much, Miss Melanie. Being an artist wasn't a planned process, though, because I was introduced to art by therapy at the age of 5 for a traumatic because of a traumatic experience. Um, at the time, I wasn't really able to interpret words the best, so my therapist asked me to draw how I felt rather than how to say how I feel. From there, though, the moment I picked up that pencil, I just began to get familiar with drawing. And I also liked how I didn't need words to express how I felt, but to show them in a different way. Over time, I found out that I like to draw and it became a hobby of mine for 9 years now, over 9 years.
So Z, let's speak about some of your pieces. Listen, take your time. I want you to speak about specific pieces, what inspired you to do the pieces, and how do you let others see the great work that you have done?
Well, thank you. I definitely do have a favorite art piece. With no doubt, I'll have to go with my piece in Marta. It expresses calmness, power, peace, and vulnerability. I also love the shades and color choices I chose in that piece. It brings out the maturity in her character. Um, the second favorite I have to go with is the Vina. Her look is just like amazing. At first, I was creating it, making the sketch and making her skin. I was so close to completely starting over because of how it looked, um, but satisfying results. And lastly, I have to go with Radiance, which is my third most favorite. The one with the flower over your ear. She's just like an African goddess. Like, I just love it. Making the accessories was probably the easiest part and the most favorite part of it because I just love how I just added the little designs to it. It's just really nice. Um, but a lot of times I get my inspiration on social media or photographs of others. I like to circle my art around the Black community because as someone who's a part of the community itself, it makes me smile to see, Black artists trying to support others. So yeah, that's where I get it from.
So, Z, I did see a art piece that you did. It was of
Mhm.
an African American female who had locks. Speak to that piece.
Um, well, I really love that piece. It was me. I saw it from a another girl online who had those locks, and I just love how, especially because I have locks too. I love drawing women's locks. Like I just love it. Um, and her just like looking back, and I just love like the angle she was in. I was like, oh my god, I just love the job because artists really can just see in shapes. Like when I look at people or I look at like people across the street, it's all shapes to me. Like it's something that artists have. Um, so I just loved it, and I just loved how she had the locks as well. So yeah.
So do you just do female or do you have some art pieces that reflect males?
No, I do draw black males too. I also draw landscapes, I draw pets, I draw all sorts of things, but I I noticed that I started drawing black women more. Um, and I think it's because I'm so used to being surrounded by black women, and I just love like capturing that in some way.
There, and I know you're a young lady, and there's a lot, and I don't want to say a lot, but there's things that go on when we're coming up. Your mom and I probably were faced with different things coming up, but I think young people today are faced with so many more obstacles in trying to stay on the straight and narrow, if you will. How do you stay focused? How do you stay out of drama? And how do you stay off of anything negative dealing with social media?
Yeah, I really love this question. I understand that social media and the negative of others can really affect us as individuals. I like to remind myself that everyone's just their own person with their own thoughts and emotions. I'm not really the type to involve myself in drama or surround myself with a circle who always has other names in their mouths. I value my peace, I value my space, and my journey to grow. I like to isolate myself with anyone who may disturb that peace and only have the intention of hurting it. So I just like to stay in my space, know that people will try to say or hurt you or bring you down just because they see your potential and they just don't want to see you grow. So knowing that, it just gives me more motivation because it shows that I really do have potential. And I see that. So yeah, I just like to stay out the way from people.
Okay. What are your plans after high school and what college or university do you plan to attend?
So after high school, I do want to go to college. I want to go to RISD, which is the Rhode Island School of Design. It also specializes just in the school capital that I'm going to. It also has a lot of creative design. You can make fashion, you can sew clothes, you can sculpt pieces. It's pretty much almost like the adult version of Kappa High School, but it's really nice. And after that, I do have two other careers that I plan to be in. I want that to have an acting career and a modeling career. And those are also other careers I'm working on as well, on top of my art career.
Okay. Who's your favorite artist?
I really like Paulina Bright. Paulina Bright was actually, she was someone I found on Instagram um, during 2019, and she actually was the one who inspired me for my creativity and my style of art. And then after that, um, I didn't really have a favorite artist, but she was the one who really like sprung me back into like to find my art style because I really just adored her for a long time. And then I realized that like comparing my work from when I was comparing hers from the beginning from 2019 to now, I will say that I think I art's kind of better than what I thought was really good back then. So I'm really proud of that. So yeah.
So how do you create your art pieces?
So first I look at a reference. If I'm not looking at a reference, just I just come up from it from my mind. I always like to look at photographs. Photographs, I feel like photography really captures like really great art. So I may look at a reference. I like to look at it at shapes because I used to go to Harlem School of Arts, which was like a little art camp that I went to, and they gave me some tips on how to become better artists or how to make portraits better. And from there, I've just been seeing everything in shapes. It's really easy to do that. So when creating art pieces, I like to see or find the big shapes better and then make it back to smaller shapes. But I just go up from there, just add layers and stuff, and trust the process. That's really the most important part of it.
So you do digital, pencil, pen,
I do.
all of it.
I do almost everything. I do traditional. I do digital. I've done visual. And for visual arts, for traditional art, I did oil, watercolor, acrylic. I did a lot. So
Okay. So what is your dream after we graduate college? Because we have to do that. You know, I know that's not even a question for mom. So after you graduate college, what is your dream with your artwork?
good question. I just want to get out there to the world. It's not really just about like the money. It's really just about knowing that another person's artwork is in someone else's house or in your household, knowing that they love your artwork. It's just a really great experience for an artist. Um, for arts, I just plan to keep going with it. I don't really plan to have like a really good plan with it, but I do plan to keep on selling my artwork, getting out there more, and making as many commissions as I can. Not really much for art, really, but for my modeling and acting careers, I do have plans for that. Not really.
Tell me about that.
Um, well, I started liking modeling a lot recently. I've been told a lot that you should be a model or like you should model and stuff. And I took up a consideration. For acting, I really like acting. And it's about knowing that I could also be someone who could also be on TV. And modeling is just capturing art, just like photography, like I love photography. Um, but for acting, I see myself like with those like higher actors who probably Hollywood somewhere, but
Okay.
um, I see myself really big in the future. I know that I'm aware of my potential and I don't want to waste that. So I think that would be great if I got known as at a very young age. Um, but I see myself uh, really big, like an icon a little bit. Oh my God.
So how are you positioning yourself to be successful as an artist, to be successful as a model, and be successful as an actress? How are you positioning yourself now? Are you traveling? Are you in contact with people who can help you get on the road you want to be on?
So right now I'm not really in contact with any of those careers right now, which I would love to be. Um, I do want to, right now for my modeling career though, I am showcasing, um, I have a professional art page, and I also have a modeling page for my future modeling page. And I'll also be using that same page to do photography, to capture photo shoots, stuff like that. So
Okay.
for art, though, um, just keep on making art, just keep on showcasing on Instagram. People will eventually find me, and I will keep making more commissions. So not really much, but hopefully I'll get there.
How can people follow you on social media?
I'm on Instagram and Instagram only for my art page. You can follow me at ch_artsy, all lowercase. For my modeling page at no Ziggy, KNOW Ziggy. And you can follow me anywhere if you want to continue, if you want to continue supporting me.
What positive message do you have for any young African American young ladies, African American young men that may be struggling in one way or another? What positive message do you have for them?
That's a good question. I have a lot for youth and for positive messages, but my main one, if for those who also want to be creative, is to try not to compare yourself to others. And that was a big struggle for me growing up because I used to ask myself, why can she draw so nice, or why can she dress like this, or why can't they? And it's that constant cycle that I've been going on. And you can't put yourself in that position because you're, believe it or not, you're putting that negative energy into the atmosphere and you're not really manifesting what you want. If you keep saying, I can't or I won't get that, be more positive. And this is probably something that a lot of people tell you, but works because your body, you have to treat your body a certain way and you have to give it affirmations, positive affirmations, and manifest what you want. So I say, not compare yourself to others. Know that other people have gone through different backgrounds, different cultures, who have gone through more things or have more experience than you. And that's okay. That's completely okay. So I'd say, don't compare yourself. Don't compare other artwork to others. And this goes back to fourth grade, actually. I was holding mini art classes, just little things I was doing. I was drawing anime back then, and some girl was actually crying to me because she wasn't sure why I was so good at drawing. She wasn't, and at the time I wasn't really able to confront her. But now that I'm older, I definitely would have said that people have different backgrounds. People have gone through different things, and practicing also works. So I'd say, please practice. Don't compare yourself to any other people and know that other people have gone through things before you.
So, what other message would you like your viewers to know about you?
Well, I have like 10 hobbies. Art and modeling, acting is the only things I do. I'm a really fun person. I crochet. I also make clothes as well. And I actually have two dogs at home. I have two huskies. I have a bunny at home who I really love. And I'm pretty much a pretty open person, and I love to make friends and skateboard and do all types of things. And
Z, tell me, who is your role model?
well, my role model 100% is my mom. She has been my number one supporter for so long. Like, she actually was the one who encouraged me to get back into art, to encourage me to get back into taking photos. I didn't really like taking photos. She is 100% my role model, and I love her. Like, I just want to shout her out. So she is 100% my role model.
And I agree with that 100%. I never looked at celebrities as being a role model. I am a mommy and daddy's girl, true to heart. But we know these people. You know what I mean? You know your mother's heart. You know your mother's personality. You know that your mother has your back no matter what. And that's a message for young people. That's a message for some adults. You can't have a role model who's on TV and you don't know who that person is. But I think you have the best role model, Z. Very good choice.
I really do. Like, she's amazing. Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. What an amazing, amazing young lady. It is people like that, it's young people like that that make me smile. It is young people like that that lets me know Philadelphia is all right. It's not all bad. And remember, the power of one starts with you. Peace and love.